Hi, I'm Rick Vuyst, and we know that houseplants are popular. Foliage is popular. Now, when I was a teen back in the 70s, there was a houseplant craze. It's happening again. Both Philodendron monstera and Ficus lyrata, or fiddle leaf fig, and I've got one around, here he is, right here, fiddle leaf fig. These are plants that make a quick and immediate statement in your home. They're very unique and interesting. And the monstera is a fun foliage to grow because it practices something called leaf fenestration. You see the holes in the leaves? That's fenestration. You see, Philodendron monstera is native to Central America and the rainforest, and plants on the forest floor are competing for sunlight. And so some of the plants do something we call fenestration, allowing light through to the lower leaves. Foliage is fun. Foliage is fanciful. And so in spring, we always think flowers, but also think foliage, because there's many opportunities for you to incorporate foliage in your containers and in your plantings. Some people will use a plant like croton or Philodendron Birkin. So foliage can be very colorful. Foliage can be very dramatic, as we find from the monsteras or the cannas or the bird of paradise or the alocasias. Foliage makes a dramatic statement and can complement flowers that you incorporate in your landscape. So when we plant up our containers outside, and we're talking foliage, coleus is a favorite of mine, and today there are so many different varieties, and they'll grow in sun or shade. To trail over containers, people call this purple heart. I like to call it Tradescantia, but it's a great plant to add some amazing purple color. How about some Rex begonias? And when it comes to the landscape and woody plants, there are so many wonderful choices for foliage color. Of course, one of our favorites is Japanese maple. And take a look at this coral bark Japanese maple. Beautiful. And don't forget, vegetables and herbs add a lot of color to our landscape. This is sage, like a tricolor sage. Just gorgeous. Let us celebrate colorful foliage. This is red sales lettuce. And of course, speaking of herbs, mint. There's many different types of mint, and they also have very attractive foliage. When it comes to foliage, and we're talking perennials, of course, everyone thinks hosta, but there are so many varieties of hosta, like this one right here. This one's fabulous. It's blue mouse ears hosta. Get this perennial for your landscape, Aurelia Sun King. This guy's perfect for the shade, one of my favorites, Asarum, or better known as wild ginger. This is Brunera, and I love Brunera. It has great fall foliage color. It's a perennial. We call it pig squeak, because if you rub it between your fingers in the heat of summer, it'll squeal like a pig. Another fanciful foliage perennial, a favorite of mine in the shade. This one's Sea Heart. It's Brunera. Even perennials in containers or in the ground, Heucherellas, Heucheras, Tiarellas. This one's Solar Eclipse. So take it from a guy who was part of the houseplant craze in the 1970s. It's deja vu all over again, and I love it, and so will you.